State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys.
Will Lutz to kick off.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And even 20 yards and a 1st down on the game's very first play. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down. Just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Sanzalone on the tackle.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Sheldon Rankins on the stop.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. On the move to his left. Cooper's got it. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down back at the 36-yard line.
Now Prescott. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
4th down, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Not much there, only a yard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. first down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. 95-56.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, a new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there, because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run it with Elliott, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline? And then
touchdown, New Orleans! Emmanuel Sanders, 34 yards. yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
This receiver is dangerous no matter what route you call for him. But what drives defensive coordinators crazy in preparing for him? The short catches that he turns into long runs and ends up in the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Now able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run it with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 1-yard touchdown run from Alvin Kamara. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, they can put him in a number of different places. In line, H-back, put him in the slot. In this case, they put him out wide. Matchup nightmare. Who are you going to send out to cover him? And he picks up a first down with that catch.
A first down carry by Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 36 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Boy, a little panic here early. A first quarter onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard go was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive. And
he's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, 74 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Prescott looks to throw on first. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
27, Cowboys 14.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards. Second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Kamara try the right side. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball.
Prescott stripped. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on third down, Breeze.
That ain't ready for us.
And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Running with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Prescott. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between. And Prescott, his third interception. P.J. Williams with a pick.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
He spun right around one defender, but it only winds up gaining about 3, and it's second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
It's a jet sweep. Sanders. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now Kamara. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And look at this, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott on 1st down, sliding out of the pocket. And this one's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He sets to fire deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 46 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Deontay Harris. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. He returns the kickoff an even 90 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Being chased out left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Now Breeze finding Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm. Well, who did?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down, Saints.
Breeze now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's got a man complete. There he goes, Amari Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 47. He will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime at and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
44.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First down attempt at their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Oh, boy, when a good tight end reads man coverage, is able to run the corner route, almost impossible to defend. They can use the good head fake, work him inside, and then they'll get him on their back or on their hip and keep them away from the football with their body.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
7-yard line.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. Now Breeze lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. A second down throw for Prescott. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now he's going to use his legs. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows and just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Caught here by Bell. A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back at the 27.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. The 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Yeah, we dominate today.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just talks about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Well, Brandon, I don't think they're making any secret of what they want to do right now. They want to control the clock, keep the ball away from the other team. You just wonder, did they start to shut it down a little bit too early? I think what they're counting on, though, if they continue to move the ball and get significant gains, their energy will stay high, and they won't go into hiding too quickly. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb.
And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, We usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to... take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Now the man who broke Saints fans' hearts, Greg Zuerlein, on for the field goal. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
It's Kamara in the passing game. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he finds Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 30.
Complete to Jared Cook.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, it's Breeze. And my goodness, another. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Dallas, Texas is the spot, 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far. And it was again on the last play.
Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees to Michael Thomas. And the Saints add on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First down, at their own 16-yard line.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Here's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man.
And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On play action, Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity. Usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up there thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the deep. These past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise, and the Saints are pouring it on.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he loses the football a second time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And taken into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 79 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker out. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
The two-point conversion is no good.
Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion. But still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do. And don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Well, we set him a good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 45-yard line.
Again, it's Kamara. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Still going. And he's into the clear. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from walking.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints just continue to roll. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Will Lutz to kick off for New
After the
Orleans.
touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now here come the Cowboys. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Prescott to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and now it's second down.
Second and 10.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. There's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third.
A heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Out to his left. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield and point.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to give a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Rolling to his right. And that one goes is incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not